From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Welcome to this Cronkite News special. I'm Alexis Solari. Thanks for joining us. One of the focus areas for our Cronkite News reporters is the future. Tonight, a series of stories on the technology, companies, initiatives, and science that are taking Arizonans to new frontiers.
Learning a new language can be hard, especially when that language is as scarce and complicated as the Navajo language. But Gilbert Cordova reports that's where technology comes in.
Dr. Arista LaRusso has been teaching Navajo at the University of Arizona for the past 6 years. Navajo is an ancient language, but it's being taught in new ways.
I think with technology and the Navajo language, I think they go hand in hand pretty well.
Alray Mariano is taking the class and also using a website that teaches Navajo.
Very helpful in a way that when I go home, I can use that website to pronounce the words and learn how to structure the sentence.
There are at least 3 mobile apps devoted to the language. This is Navajo Toddler. The Navajo Toddler app teaches the language in 8 categories, including food, animals, colors, and clothes. The app also teaches phrases and sings Navajo songs. Traditional classroom teaching, combined with new technology, are helping to preserve this endangered language. In Tucson, Arizona, Gilbert Cordova, Cronkite News.
Hacking isn't usually something that has a positive connotation, but at the University of Arizona, they're trying to get students interested in computer science by challenging them to hack.
It's the largest hackathon in the Southwest.
We kind of picked some hardware, some stuff that we liked, and we got to play around with it.
And more than 1,000 people came out for the event at the University of Arizona. Nate and his team are trying to build a motion-operated drone. They wear a controller that tracks arm movements. Different commands will start and stop the drone and even control it in the air. Their biggest challenge, deciding on a direction.
There's just there's so much stuff they give you, and they're all a bunch of toys that you've never seen before. It's what can we do with all of this?
But isn't hacking supposed to be a bad thing?
It's been associated with cybercrime for a very long time, and we're taking it back. It's improving upon something. It's solving a problem and making something better.
Teams competing in Hack Arizona have 36 hours to try and create something new. And as for sleep?
What sleep? I've probably gotten about 2 hours since I've been here, and it's still kind of the middle of the second day.
They bring pillows and blankets and sleep on the floor when they get too tired to work.
While they start off with virtually nothing but a workstation and an idea, they do have access to technology like smartwatches and even a 3D printer.
While teams can win computers, tablets, smartwatches, and more, it's not about the prizes for most hackers.
And it's not like people put pressure on one another to win, It's just everyone's out there to have fun.
After all this work, hackers just hope their idea takes off.
My God.
The grand prize winner this year created a program that could control many drones at once. It could help with things like emergency response or national disaster relief.
A new app is hitting the market, and it's heating up the competition between Arizona State and the University of Arizona students. Cronkite News reporter Amanda Kukala takes us to where it's happening.
Ever wonder what's happening around your campus, but not really know how to find out? Well, the new app Happening is set to help students with just that.
It's pretty much Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and news channels all combined into one.
And it's specifically for college students who want to know what's happening around campus. The Happening app is available to download for free to any college student with an EDU email.
It's a way for students and just people on campus to connect with the community, find out what's going on, if it's study groups, restaurant deals, pretty much anything.
Happening allows users to take videos or pictures of what's going on around campus and upload them to share with their college community. There are categories such as fashion trends to who's at the current sporting event. Luke Pineda, a current ASU student, can't wait for the release.
I'm actually super excited of us college students. It's going to be nice if we have nothing to do on a certain night. We can just log into this app and see what's going on around campus and see what's happening.
At least 1,400 more students at ASU need to download the app in order for its features to be released. The Happening crew and the ASU ambassadors hope to reach this goal by the end of the week. Retha Hill, director of the ASU Innovation Lab, believes that it's a good marketing strategy towards college students.
Well, I think the tell is going to be word of mouth. If a certain number of people download it, and then it's an app that's useful to them, then they'll become one of those utilitarian apps that people reach for time and time again.
To drive students to download the app, the Happening team created a friendly competition between school rivalries, ASU and U of A. Whoever receives the most downloads by the end of the time period, the Happening team will reward the winning school. The app is available on any mobile device. In the broadcast center, Amanda Kukula, Cronkite News.
Social media from Facebook and Twitter to Snapchat and Instagram. It can be hard for parents to keep track of what their children are doing on all of these apps and websites, but Cronkite News reporter Gilbert Cordova finds a Valley business that's here to help.
Radar Incorporated created a service that will track what your kids are doing online, all so you don't have to monitor all of them. Students at Liberty Elementary in Buckeye are one of the first to take the challenge of making their school free of bullying. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, nearly 30% of students are bullied at school, and at least 64% of those students do not report it to their teachers or families.
Nowadays, social media plays a good part, but it plays a very, very bad part. So Radar stands there to help families protect their kids' image, as well as help protect them from cyberbullying.
Founder and CEO Jacob DiMartino first started out managing social media accounts for small businesses, but saw an alarming trend.
How bad social media was playing a role in young kids' life and suicides.
Which led to Radar, a paid service that monitors the social media accounts for parents through keywords such as terrorism, violence, and sex. If the word pings, parents get an alert and a snapshot of the activity. Radar also goes into schools to hold anti-cyberbullying rallies. According to ncpc.org, nearly 43% of kids have been bullied online, and 1 in 4 has had it happen more than once. Michelle Campbell has 2 children and uses Radar. She says it goes beyond just peace of mind.
Safety is top priority, so for me as a parent, you must keep your kids safe, and it's a new day, a new age, and online safety is just as important as keeping them safe at home.
I'm not saying it's going to save lives, but I can tell you this. The information that it will pull up will definitely give a parent an online pulse of what's going on with their kid.
Research from the Pew Research Center shows that parents have started to take matters into their own hands, with 61% of parents saying they have checked which websites their teens visit. At the Digital Desk, I'm Gilbert Cordova, Cronkite News.
If you still think Iron Man only saves the world in comic books and that the Terminator is no more than a Hollywood creation, chances are you haven't heard of the wearable robotics industry. Our reporter Z Zung shows us some of the creation being shown at WearCon here in Cronkite.
I believe that we're on a threshold of really man's next transformation, and that is where man and machine become symbiotic.
You've only seen it in movies. What did you do to me? But the combination of man and machine has already been used in many fields, from military to medicine. Dr. Armstrong is a professor of surgery at the University of Arizona, and he spoke at the event. He sees a promising future for the technology.
Some of the great, really the revolutionary potential of various types of new types of technologies that can not only heal wounds, but then protect people and help people move through the world. And that really is the promise of wearable robotics and exoskeletons.
Take this group of ASU students who's developing a jetpack to enhance soldiers' running capabilities in combat.
It's very simple. All it does is push you forward using air, like 15 miles an hour for an entire 4 minutes, so it's pretty fast.
After putting on this 15 pounds of jetpack, it gives me an extra 30 pounds of boost. With the turn of a knob and a little bit of practice, it allows me to run much faster than I normally do.
However, Dr. Ling says there's still many challenges ahead for this emerging industry.
We have to do it in a way that allows us to ask these very difficult ethical questions, socially relevant questions, so that we can be prepared for when these things do come about, because they will certainly come about.
And we're seeing the future and what's ahead in wearable robotics. In Phoenix, Zizeng, Cronkite News.
The WearCon was sponsored by Intel and E and shows cutting-edge technologies from big names like Harvard, NASA, and DARPA. To find out more details about this conference, go to wearablerobotics.com. A newly released study looks to debunk stereotypes about some of Arizona's first people, our Native American population. Cronkite News reporter Gilbert Cordova traveled to the University of Arizona in Tucson to talk to researchers about what they found.
Popular culture often depicts Native Americans as drunks, binge drinkers, or simply that they drink more heavily than whites. But a study that was released in early February from the University of Arizona says that stereotype may be wrong.
Study raises very serious questions about the stereotype. It's certainly inconsistent with the stereotype.
James Cunningham, a social epidemiologist with the University of Arizona and lead author of the study, says that the results speak for themselves.
If we look at problem drinking, such as binge drinking and heavy drinking, we found that the rates were essentially the same for the two groups.
The study primarily used data from 2013 of the National Survey of Drug Use and Health, which surveyed 172,000 whites and 4,200 Native Americans, which found similarities in drinking patterns, but also a surprising difference. Around 60% of Native Americans abstain from alcohol, compared to about 43% of whites.
Well, I do think that if you hear something enough times, that you believe it. And I think many people in our community actually say that's the way we're supposed to be.
Dr. Tisha Solomon, Director of Native American Research and the Training Center at the University of Arizona, now says the stereotype
that can now go away. It shouldn't have ever been placed there.
Solomon also adds that the future looks bright for the Native community.
This frees up hopefully a lot of things, improving healthcare, but also how stereotypes, in the article I believe Jim mentions that there are these social effects of stereotypes.
Though this report shows positivity, it doesn't hide the reality on the reservation, says Miguel Flores Jr.
When we look at our youth or our adults, bringing them back to the culture, bringing them back to our ceremonies, that helps them in the healing process to understand everyday life.
Cunningham believes that the study is going to motivate researchers to look into the causes of liver disease that was attributed to the belief of high alcohol consumption in Native Americans. In the Broadcast Center, I'm Gilbert Cordova, Cronkite News.
One Arizona company is aiming to change your worldview. Cronkite News reporter Ben Brown tells us about plans to offer an opportunity that was once only available to astronauts.
It's the final frontier in adventure tourism. Space, a place that seems foreign to us Earthlings, could be the next hot trip destination for the public in as early as 2 years. It's a space-age helium balloon.
The sun comes up, creates these amazing colors. Our cameras have captured some phenomenal sunrises from the edge of space.
100,000 feet high, to be exact. The Tucson-based company Worldview believes there's a market for this unique experience.
Then you see the terminus of light coming below you, lighting up the ground and watching morning happen on our Earth. Hang out there for a few more hours, have a drink at the bar, ultimate status update on Facebook.
Worldview specializes in high-altitude balloon flights used for scientific payloads and research. Now, Worldview wants to offer space tourism as well.
I get so jealous talking to astronauts, right? And they tell us about this life-changing experience and how they saw the Earth from the edge of space and what it did for their appreciation of our planet. And I'm just like, ugh.
The giant balloon starts out rather small.
The balloon that we're using is known as a zero pressure, and that just has to do with differential pressure with the atmosphere. And so that will expand as the gas inside will expand as we get up there.
The balloon will carry a capsule that can hold 6 passengers and 2 crew members. To give you an idea of what the capsule will look like, here is a scaled mock-up of a window passengers will be able to look through as they float up to the stratosphere.
One of the things we want to do is offer a way for people to change their worldview, not only by going to the edge of space, but by providing instrumentation and scientific ways of understanding our Earth with unmanned balloons as well.
Passengers on this flight will literally have a world view. The trip will cost each passenger a pretty penny, $75,000. The company plans to launch its flights out of Tucson and possibly Page in 2018. Ben Brown, Cronkite News.
Modern medicine is playing catch up to the smartphone when it comes to patient care, but it's not for lack of technology. Reporter Ben Brown tells us of a new Senate bill that could enhance telemedicine.
So here's a really good one, nice and brown, you know, and everything around it looks really good.
Scottsdale dermatologist Richard Averett is conducting a routine skin examination via telemedicine.
I can look at all these other brown spots. I can see what we call the Langerhans lines.
And he would do many more if he were reimbursed for his time.
Could you imagine if we could do 25 or 30,000 telemedicine visits a year because they didn't require brick and mortar?
That get biopsied. That should be biopsied.
The ability to diagnose patients remotely without meeting face-to-face has been around for about 40 years. However, it has yet to become common practice here in Arizona because only doctors who treat patients in rural areas are getting paid for it. If Senate Bill 1363 becomes law, areas like here in Metro Tucson and here in Metro Phoenix, doctors would get paid because patients would be eligible for reimbursement for telemedicine visits. Scottsdale-based Global Med is one of the largest distributors of telemedicine equipment.
Doctors want to be reimbursed. They are small businessmen. If they aren't reimbursed, well, they're not involved in that particular area of a practice. Telemedicine, if it's reimbursed, will become a focus for physicians,
including doctors at the Arizona Burn Center.
It does have its disadvantages, but it is definitely better than a phone call. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I do believe that's true when it comes to telemedicine.
Doctors say telemedicine could save money, time, and most importantly, lives. In Phoenix, Ben Brown, Cronkite News.
The bill unanimously passed the Senate, and the House of Representatives will now look at the measure.
For the first time here in the Valley, a plastic surgeon will be using new 3D printing technology in reconstructive surgery. Cronkite News reporter Lauren Michaels met with a patient and doctor to find out how this technology works.
It's probably a parent's worst nightmare for their child to end up at a trauma center like this one. But for an 18-year-old, his road to recovery has been quite unique.
I just wasn't paying attention, ran across the street.
Jake Reynolds was hit by a car going about 25 to 30 miles an hour past this park in Glendale.
And from there, I just pretty much blacked out.
He was rushed to John C. Lincoln Trauma Center. Reynolds says he's lucky that Dr. Pritchard was on the floor that day.
His face was pretty devastated. This area along his face, all of the bone was just crushed.
Reynolds has already had more than 3 reconstructive surgeries using metal plates and screws, and he has one more to go. It will be the first of its kind using 3D printing technology from a CAT scan.
The 3D technology came out, and we started using mirror images of the opposite side of the skull, and then a mirror image implant can be developed to fit exactly, as you can see, in that bony defect.
And Reynolds is thankful his doctor is up to date with the latest technology.
There's just tons out there for me, and if this was to happen, I don't know, 20 years ago, and it's just 20 years, and I'm sure I would not look nearly as good as I do now.
And the final surgery is scheduled for June, and Dr. Pritchard believes once other doctors see the positive results, this 3D printing technology will just become another popular tool in the medical field. Here in Phoenix, I'm Lauren Michaels, Cronkite News.
The way you drive is about to change. Cronkite News reporter Ben Brown tells us how one automaker is leading the charge in autonomous vehicle testing.
It seems like science fiction, but what you're seeing is indeed a car driving itself.
I had someone ask me once, what would it be like to ride in an autonomous vehicle? I can't possibly imagine. And I said, well, what's it like to ride with your wife driving?
Autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars are the next big thing, and many auto companies are working on their own designs. One of the main reasons is safety.
I came to the realization that if you could make a car that was smart enough to drive itself, you could probably make a car that was smart enough to improve safety.
What enables this technology to work is a series of LiDAR lasers that scan the vehicle's surroundings, producing a detailed 3D map.
Additionally, we have live sensors on the car that identify obstacles and plan a safe route through them.
Behind me is one of these autonomous vehicles by Ford that will eventually reach the general public. However, a recent survey conducted by AAA shows that U.S. drivers are skeptical of autonomous vehicles, 1 in only 5 saying they would trust a self-driving car with them inside. But one Valley driver disagrees.
It's really no different than cruise control, it's just a lot smarter and safer than cruise control.
And the Arizona Department of Transportation says they are in full support of the new innovation.
We're encouraging folks to come to Arizona, do the pilots, do the demos, encourage that technology.
Ford expects to have the technology for their fully autonomous, no human interaction needed vehicles ready in about 4 to 5 years. Until then, you're stuck behind the wheel. In downtown Phoenix, Ben Brown, Cronkite News.
And keep an eye out. Ford is currently testing their autonomous vehicles on public roads here in Arizona, so you may see one around the valley.
Another Valley business has been using eye movements to help empower those with limitations. According to the 2010 census report, 1 in 5 people in the U.S. have a disability, and Cronkite News reporter Gilbert Cordova found one of those men using this life-changing device.
The way that I use it really is in every aspect of my life.
Howard Bell is still confined to a wheelchair, but this device has made a world of difference. With the blink of his eye, he can answer emails, send text messages, surf the web, and do it all himself.
To give me that privacy and that independence that most people utilize on an everyday basis that I had never before imagined would be possible for someone like me.
Keith Jackson says the software made at his company can be used by many people living with physical challenges such as MS, as well as other disorders such as traumatic brain injuries and strokes.
We really want to help empower users to be able to be able to communicate and help others be empowered.
Now, Bal says he wants his eye technology to conquer new areas.
They can't cook for me, so I can't figure out why they haven't been. No, I'm just kidding. But in all honesty, there's not. When you've gone without for so long, to think about the drawbacks is very difficult.
Bal says he has an independence he never had before, and independence is something he cannot take for granted. In Phoenix, Gilbert Cordova, Cronkite News.
Jackson at iTech Digital Systems says that the software is also being used to help in the early diagnosis of concussions.
If you look to the sky, you won't see one Valley scientist's recent discovery. That's because his discovery was far from eyesight. 1.3 billion light years to be exact. It's an unfathomable distance. But the recent discovery has ASU science professor Lawrence Krauss out of the classroom and into the eye of the media. Cronkite News reporter Nick Pope visited Krauss for much more than a simple science lesson.
One of the greatest discoveries in the last 100 years took place as we discovered ripples in space coming from a distant collision of 2 black holes 1.3 billion light years away.
ASU professor Lawrence Krauss was the subject of a great deal of attention last month after the gravitational waves discovery. As his colleague explains, the discovery further validates what Albert Einstein claimed 100 years ago.
Einstein's theory tells us that space-time is like a fabric, and the masses that we know are moving on that fabric. And so every time there's some violent motion, then there's a ripple on that fabric of space-time.
Well, last month's discovery did make national headlines. Normally you can find Professor Krauss teaching here once a week at ASU's Tempe campus.
There's been a lot of discussion and interest and calls, and then you've seen it elsewhere. But happily for me, the daily 20 call per day from journalists and others subsided after 2 or 3 days.
And scientists are now trying to answer the 5 W's. What's next in the gravitational waves field, what is going to happen, and where it is going to happen as well.
But the next big step is into space, because in space we can build these kind of machines that are not just 4 kilometers in length as each of the arms of this interferometer were, but 4 million kilometers in length.
Regardless of when these changes will happen, the science world will be eagerly waiting to see what happens next. In Tempe, Nick Pope, Cronkite News.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. We are proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
The true measure of all our actions is how long the good in them lasts.
This is
who I am, where I'm from.
If you're on the right side of history, you can accomplish anything.
It's a connection between your present and your past.
Come this way. This is good. This is very good.
We are attempting to fulfill the promise of America.
The stories about who we are shape us.
This chance to go through a time machine.
Good heavenly days.
We should know our history.
It informs, but it doesn't constrict you.
It's a framework to carry out human activity.
The sky is the limit.
It started a long time ago.
For only the third time in the award's 74-year history, a Phoenix-based news operation wins the prestigious Alfred I. DuPont Columbia Award for Excellence in Broadcast Journalism. And this year, that news operation is Cronkite News, the news division of Arizona PBS, honored for its work on the groundbreaking documentary, Hooked, Tracking Heroin's Hold on Arizona. Cronkite News at Arizona PBS, award-winning journalism you can count on from the station you trust.
When I was 12 years old, I was watching Great Performances on PBS. This program with Nureyev came on. Nureyev in a performance of Le Corsaire, and I was amazed and awestruck. I really wanted to do it. I was street dancing at the time, and I never thought of formal dance until I saw Great Performances. I knew that I was really a novice to dance, like high dance. I decided to check out the High School Performing Arts. And so one thing led to the next. Today, as a recognized dancer, I absolutely believe that when I saw the performance, it affected me tremendously. And I know that's what happens when I teach. I'm opening an option for them that they hadn't seen before.